Hey guys, welcome to a new Nashville Masterclass. I am your host, James May. Please press like if you like. Today, I thought I would talk about what it was like living in Skid Row, Los Angeles. There's a lot of videos of people going in there with camera crews during the daytime and interviewing a few people, and it's interesting, but it doesn't really tell the story of what it's like there. And how would I know? Because I lived there. And while living there is a lot different, the day in, the day out, what it's like once it's nighttime is a whole different world than what it is during the day. You hear stories, people give you some generic, oh, I had guns pulled on me, knives pulled on me. Really? What was the story leading up to it? One morning I was using the bathroom at the LA Mission. There was about an inch of water all over the floor of the bathroom and some guy lying out dead in the middle, and we all just had to go to the bathroom around him. And that's the reality of living in Skid Row. And that's not a secondhand story that I heard from this person or that person. That's what I saw myself. Skid Row kind of started, the railroad was built there, and about 1860, 1870, hobos started. That was the end of the line there in Los Angeles. They would get off there. After World War II and Vietnam, soldiers that were scarred from the war and were drug addicted found a place to be in Skid Row, where they could be just as crazy as they felt. It's a lawless area. There is not really much consequences for things you do. Sure, people get arrested, but to live and die in Skid Row, let's just say live, is to live with the stress of people trying to kill you. It doesn't matter how long you live there. It doesn't matter where you're from, your background. Anybody can get the jump on you. There's places like Kensington, Philadelphia, places in Baltimore and Chicago. None of them are like Skid Row, not even Kensington. The absolute violence I saw there, I witnessed myself. Someone getting stabbed because they were selling weed on what somebody perceived to be their corner. It's not like in the movies where someone gets stabbed and they go, oh, and fall to the ground and, get back up. This guy's screaming for his life, and then those screams are snuffed out. It is absolutely horrendous and frightening, and the cops are never there to help you. The reality of Skid Row is walking over dead bodies, people that overdosed in the night, kidneys failed, were murdered, blood, people defecating on the street and living right there, people living in garbage. There are no real resources there. You have the LA Mission. There's it takes a while to get in, and there's a lot of stipulations to it, and it's really not even worth being there. People get stuck mentally and physically because it becomes their area. They get used to living like that, and you can't live anywhere else and act like that. This is where you can be as crazy as you want to be, but you have to get used to seeing awful things. When the lights, go down and it's night and you're out there smoking crack with people, all of a sudden the people that were your friends earlier are breaking a bottle over your head or maybe killing you to take whatever you have. You certainly don't walk through there with your backpack like you homeless people do anywhere else in the world. You walk around with your backpack, not there. You better go pay for a place to put it up into a locker or you're going to be killed for everything you own there. Skid Row is not a playground. It's not a place where you should go and try to bring your camera and take a few shots so you can get a bunch of likes and views and comments. The people that live there, they don't need that kind of crap. What they need is help. And LA knows. In 1976, they officially made it a containment area for, they contain these people that had bad mental health issues coupled with drug addiction. And drugs are done freely on the street. You smoke crack wherever, you shoot up wherever, right in front of the police. They're not going to do anything. If you have a tent every, I think, month, you're going to have to move it because they're going to come through and try to wash the streets. I can't describe to you the smell of all these unwashed humans defecating and dying in the streets. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare to live there, and it's a nightmare to get stuck there and have nowhere else to go. This is where these people feel that they can be whoever they want to be, and they get stuck. And it's not a place you want to get stuck. It's a place you want to leave, and you want to leave quickly. You don't just go to Skid Row. It's not like you go to Los Angeles and you just go, I'm going to go to Skid Row, and you end up living there. It happens slowly after you burn bridges and other places, and you meet more people, and you wind up in Skid Row, and you spend some time, and then you leave. And after time, you slowly just end up staying there. And it's a trap. It's a trap of human depravity, where the people that you don't think you'll ever run into, that you hear about on the news, that's where they live. That's where they all are. And they don't care about killing you. There are no morals. It's the only reason they won't kill you is if you don't have anything of value that they want. That would be the only way just not being killed. It doesn't matter your background or how big you are. Anybody can get the jump on you out there. It's a absolutely scary place. And one that I don't see many people surviving and talking about. Most people that live in Skid Row die in Skid Row. They never leave. They are murdered there, they overdose there, or they just don't leave. They certainly don't integrate back in society like I am. I am an anomaly, and I am not fully away. There's parts of my mind that are still glued to that place. Nightmares I still have. I, of course, resent people going in there and trying to, make money and likes and views off these people. because going in there and making them feel special for a few minutes and then pretending like you went into the bad place and you came out with the news, going in there and interviewing a few people shows nothing about what Skid Row is really like. You don't see videos of people getting murdered there, do you? No, but if you live there, you will see that. It's not an if, it's just a when, and it's going to be pretty soon. They don't show you the dead bodies you step over, but if you live there, you're going to be stepping over them. It doesn't have people getting their face smashed with bottles and bricks, but if you live there, it's going to happen. It doesn't show you people screaming and vomiting because they're going through withdrawals and no one even looking at them. It doesn't show you that, right? They just interview a few people. But that's reality. That's real. That is going on right now. Wherever you are watching this, no matter how many years it is from when I do this, the moment as you're hearing this, something bad is happening in Skid Row. And people should really be pressing LA to do more about it because it's just a containment zone. And what they could do to change it is to actually put money into its services that people need, for their drug addiction, not a one mission with a huge waiting list and all these stipulations. That doesn't help anything. Going through there once, like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, going through there once a month, cleaning up the place, doesn't help anything at all. It's a god-awful place. It's some place that people ask me about a lot, what it was like living there. So that's what it was like living there. And this is not secondhand information. These are things I saw. That is what I witnessed, and that is something that I still will be going to therapy for the rest of my life over, because one of the biggest reasons why people keep ending up back on the streets is because you can leave the streets, but the streets don't leave you. What you see in your mind is like a war zone, and it doesn't just go away, and that's what makes it so hard to integrate back in society. Imagine living in this place and these things are normal to you, and then imagine trying to go back and do what regular humans do. It's very difficult. It's very hard to go back to being a regular human being and trying to leave that craziness behind, because even if you want to, it's going to follow you. It doesn't just let you go that easy. And that also kind of goes in with my next video, which is going to be on human trafficking and things I've seen personally. And that's what makes my channel different than other people, is mine isn't secondhand interviews or secondhand stories. You're getting it straight from the horse's ass, because I was there. And another thing, I want to start helping other people learn how to go back in society. I'll start telling you guys how I did it. We'll go over that. I've been really lacking because I have my problems too. What the hell was that? My problems aren't just solved. I still have, weeks that go by where I'm struggling really hard. I go into panic attacks that last weeks. They just keep happening and happening, and they just don't stop. They don't stop. So, you know, I deal with my own demons. And as I deal with mine, I try to help others. So, all I wanted to do was make a clear kind of picture of what Skid Row is really like and what these people's lives are like. And if you care one bit about them, then you, what can you do? You know, you can write to the city council. You can make it known that you know how these people are being treated. But watching videos that are just going in there and blatantly exploiting these people and saying it's because to raise awareness, that's not helping those people. It's helping the people that are making those videos. So know how hard these people's lives are. And, you know, consider that next time you see somebody anywhere in the world, doesn't matter where, that's, you know, out on the streets. They may be doing crazy, weird, scary things, but this don't give them money, it's enabling them crap is just crap. Because, well, they're going to get what they need one way or the other. So, just a bit of insight into the awfulness. I hope you guys never have to experience anything like that, and I hope you keep your hearts open to people that have had to live through that. And I'll see you cats on the next one.